Hi, it's Leslie, Sister Wives. And we're still talking about this friggin' lunch between Kody and Christine. It's been going on for 2 episodes, but they're still at lunch. But there's a lot to still unpack here. Here's a little self-reflection from Kody.
I've really struggled. I've been pretty grouchy, very, very angry.
So you're still kind of angry and stuff?
And that right there is the one thing that all 4 wives agree on, is that Kody is actually very angry and grouchy. Christine is just so over this. She's like, you're still angry over this? Because she's moved on. She feels nothing. She's just like, whatever. And he's like, yeah, I'm still angry over this. And she's like, oh, just because of the loss, you know, like losing me, kind of whatever, the marriage.
So it's grief over me leaving more than anything.
It's grief of...
Just that it's over. Something's over.
Even more than that. It was bigger than that. It was my big picture.
Yeah, it's not you, Christine. It has really nothing to do with you. It could be anybody, but it's the big picture. It's that you're ruining my little perfect vision of a family. I could care less whether you're here or not. I had no interest in you anyway. It's not about you. It's just about the big picture. And it was in that moment that Christine realized, oh my God, did I do the right thing? Because he could care less about me. Kody just still feels the need to hang his hat on this.
Christine herself, her face, doesn't bother me. It's what she's doing with our children, talking behind my back about the reason she left.
Oh, it's like a broken record, his relationship with his children. It's like you have control of this, Kody. Pick up the phone, pick up anything, text, call, do whatever, send smoke signals. You can reach out to your kids. Why aren't you doing that? If you hate the voice that they're hearing from their mother, let them hear another voice being from their father. That would be you. Ugh. And Kody's just so annoyed with Christine's old smug attitude and her acting.
She's trying to say it's heartbreaking. She's acting like, in every way possible, that her life is better than it has ever been.
Don't think she's acting, Kody. I actually think her life is better than it's ever been. Yep, and that I know stings a little bit too. It is the Kody pity party. But before I just dive into more of all of this, can you please subscribe and help my little channel? And let's press on. You can tell when someone's really over someone because they feel nothing. They could be friends and it doesn't even affect them. They're like, whatever, my life is great. I can just like interact with you. And that's where Christine's at. And it's sad because it's only a few months later. And Kody is just still in this miserable, angry stage, even did the nice fist pump thing of how he felt about her. And I was like, how old are we? But anyway, I know that means something, but I'm sure it's not good. But anyway, of course, Kody sat there, I'm sure steaming, when Christine just said she wanted to be friends, but...
There's no way for me to enjoy her company. I don't understand that she says that.
Alrighty then, guess you're not over this. And this kind of just sums it up from Christine, you know. Once again, she reiterates the glorious place in her life she's at.
I'm just super grateful that I'm not married to him anymore. Oh my gosh, he's a lot. He's just so intense.
And the funny thing about all this, Robin and all her glorious wisdom over there sitting back can't understand like why they can't work this out. She doesn't feel like anything that's happened is a deal breaker. I guess, I don't know what a deal breaker is, but she doesn't see any. Not for the fact that they both don't like each other and they're not attracted to each other and none of that's a deal breaker. I don't know. Everyone has their own standards, but I just thought that was interesting. Thanks, Robin, for the insight. And on a sadder note, I guess this is the 2nd year that they're all not getting together on a family. Just from a logistics point of view, I've never understood how that actually works because it's one thing when you're little. So you have 5 parents and you got 20 some odd kids. You can physically get them into one of these houses and whatever, but just by nature of people, when kids grow up and they get married, you really don't expect, I mean, normal couples, their kids don't come back with their families in tow. They have other families. They go there. You have other responsibilities. You live across the country. You can't all come back to your family home where you grew up and went to kindergarten. It doesn't work that way. Like, I don't really understand. I need to read the polygamist book because I just, because now these kids are grown. They have their own families. They're doing their thing. Did he really think they were all coming back? I think it's got to have been more than a few years since they all got together on in that big old table they showed, Anyway, and of course, Robin is still depressed and upset, and it's hurt her kids, and I feel for that. When your kids hurt, you hurt. I get that. And these kids probably don't have a clue what's going on, and they did seem like they got the shack, meaning Robin's kids. But the funny thing is they probably look at Kody like he's a great dad. But you know what? Her kids got the privilege of getting his sole attention because all the other kids are grown. Of course they think he's great, you know? By the time Robin came into it, there was just a few little kids left around. They got so much more attention, so they probably see him as a great father. You talk to the other kids, the older ones, they were being raised by the other moms and everything. Kody, like, he was just around floating, and the moms had to kind of help that relationship kind of fill in the blanks where he wasn't there physically. They could talk about his dad, you know, but what a mess. This just doesn't work. This just doesn't work. Just the numbers. It's just a numbers thing. You can't be one person and expect to have a relationship with, I don't even know how many it is anymore, 21, 20, whatever. You can't. It doesn't work that way. But I'm glad that he has a great relationship with Aurora, and she, whatever he said.
I've had a deep appreciation for how much Aurora has respected my authority as the father and the head of our home.
Love and devotion? Ew. I don't know. Cultish. In closing, I mean, I obviously don't get how this works, but I'd like to reach out to Robin with my vast, large YouTube following that I have. You know, speaking of which, if you'd like to subscribe, I would so appreciate it to help my little channel here. But anyway, as I was saying about Robin, don't you have brothers and sisters? Because this is what's supposed to happen. When you can't get together with all this family and everything, you have brothers and sisters, and those people, that's who you get together with. They will always like you. When you came into this family, Kody liked you. None of the others, they didn't vet you. You just were sprung upon, and there you were with your kids in tow. Anyway, I suggest, Robin, you call up your brothers or your sisters, and they have kids or whatever, and you get together with them on those family holidays. Because don't you get to see them? Like, that's not right. Shouldn't you see your siblings? And don't you have nieces and nephews on the other side? What about them? Are they being neglected? I have many questions. But anyway.